reviewing this video. This is the one and only Sonic Ranger, and this is the one and only time I will be reviewing the DC Comics Multiverse Wonder Woman action figure that is a part of the brand new Collect and Connect Grapnel Blaster replica, which is also under the subtitle Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Taking a look at the packaging, this figure houses the Grapnel Blaster piece number 3, which is just a stick and a stand for the grapnel gun itself. Unfortunately, we will be unable to complete the grapnel gun until figures 5 through 8 are released. That being said, however, the packaging is pretty nice. It's also got Gal Gadot on the front at the bottom left corner. It's got her on the side in a bigger image, which you can see more of her outfit, which is nice. And she's holding her sword in a ready to combat pose. Pretty cool. Down below that, we have a little bit of a summary for Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, but other than that, that's really gonna do it for the packaging. It's not about the packaging, it's about the figure at hand. So let's get to it. Alright, now we've got the main attraction going on here. Does this figure resemble Gal Gadot pretty good? Yes, it does. As a matter of fact, I am pretty much impressed with the sculpting on this figure. Outside of that, however, when it comes to detail and the paint apps, let's skip ahead for one point and talk about the real inconvenience about this figure for the video review. Yes, people, there is a con about this figure, and it comes in the terms of the head. It's gonna hurt the articulation, but let's get to the reason why. The fact is, this figure's head is sculpted in one single piece. The hair and the head is just an all-in-one. And that is really going to cause some real inconvenience to not just the articulation, but to also the paint job on the figure's face. While it is a nice paint job and it pretty much does match the body of the figure, the fact is, since it is a spray-on choice, the head is not completely painted at the bottom of the jawline, so as you can see underneath, it looks like she has a beard. So that's a little bit of a funny nitpick in all honesty, but you know, it is a bit of a drawback on the figure. But outside of that, everything else seems to be crisp and clean on the figure's details to the face, especially with her head crest, her lips, and of course the eyes looking straight forward. Not many toy companies get this place right, but for Mattel, it seems to be something they're really good at. But there is a little bit of some bleeding of the flesh tone on the side of her hair, which you can actually see in direct sunlight, but that is something that will vary throughout the figures released of this line, so it's probably just my problem. Your problem will be something else. So, anyway, what does this figure come with outside of the Collect and Connect piece for the grapnel gun? Well, she does actually come with some accessories, which I'm quite surprised for this series. So far, Batman and Superman come with nothing, especially Batman. What the fuck is up with that? But anyway, that's a rant for another day. Let's take a look at her sword and shield, which is some nice detail on it. It is black wash, might I add, which also makes it pop. I love all the detail on this thing. The shield looks fantastic. Unfortunately though, when storing it on Wonder Woman's hand, her left side, she cannot house it in the right position like it's supposed to be in the film, which is upright position. As you can see throughout this review, Wonder Woman is holding her shield upside down because of the execution on the figure's weapon. Flipping it to the side here, you can see that the holding piece for the shield is on the opposite direction, which means the only way to get this figure to hold it in the upright position is to place the shield in her right hand. And it is not an easy task to do. It is certainly easier said than done, because when you try to put this figure's hand throughout the handle of the shield, it is almost as bad as that first Link action figure from Jakks Pacific's World of Nintendo line. It's virtually impossible without breaking the figure's hand. So heed warning. That said, on the other hand, the sword is pretty good. The job on it, the paint job, is pretty crisp and clean. The gold is on the trimming of the hilt guard, which is nice. It's the only place it seems to be. The silver paint only consists of the blade piece. It's not bleeding throughout the hilt guard or the handle piece itself, so great job there, Mattel. And like I said, black wash all around. You can't go wrong with that. However, the black wash does not carry throughout the detail on the action figure herself, which is unfortunate. But you know what? For the price point, maybe if it was at $25 rather than $20, we could get a little bit more of that nice black wash. So I'm not going to count anything against this figure when it comes to that. Let's get to the articulation. Now, like I said, the head is limited to very much 0 points of articulation, even though underneath the figure's head it does consist of a ball joint. Mattel needs to go in another direction when it comes to this because it just doesn't work. If you're not going to give the figure the ability to use the ball joint in hand, why give it to the figure in the first place? It should have been just one single piece that is attached to the neck, pretty much with 0 points of articulation. So there you go. Anyway, ball jointed shoulders, we got a bicep swivel, which is always nice. We've got single jointed elbows. We've also got a little bit of some rotation at the elbows, which is pretty cool. But I guess that's to give a little more clearance to the elbow joints because it is hindered in some places. But it's really nice choice that Mattel came up with. We got rotation at the wrist, we've got waist rotation, no ab crunch unfortunately, so she's not carrying the nice articulation that Batman has, unfortunate. But that being said, not to count against the figure does have some nice leg joints consisting of up movement, back movement, in and out movement. We've also got some knee rotation here. We've also got a single jointed 90 degrees knee joint to both legs, which you can never go wrong with. And last but not least, the figure has some nice articulation to the feet consisting of a up and down pivot movement. That is it. There is no ankle pivot, unfortunately. No side to side, in other words. So it's not Marvel Legends quality of articulation, but it's getting there. It's a step forward in the right direction. So outside of that, that's all the figure actually consists of. But when it comes to her accessories, she does have a place to actually store her sword. But if you look on the right side of this belt piece, there is the signature golden lasso that she uses throughout the comic books, TV shows, and video games. And unfortunately, it is just a sculpted piece to the belt. It is not removable, which is a bummer, especially since that is the weapon of her choice. So, other than that, there's not much else to talk about this figure. I do like the paint job, I do like the details, I do like the fact this figure actually comes with accessories. I don't like the fact that the head is one solid piece with the hair, making it impossible to get any movement out of the head whatsoever for the articulation. That is a bit of a drawback, and some people are not going to accept that and will not pick up this figure for that one reason. But that aside, I'm a completionist, so I gotta do what I gotta do, and I pretty much said my piece about this figure. I do recommend her. I'm at least going to give this figure an 8 out of 10. It is a nice attempt from Mattel, and it's definitely one of the better figures of this series. And may I also add one more time, this figure has accessories, something that this line needs, especially for the price point, $20. Nowadays you can actually find some Marvel Legend figures from Hasbro under $15. Of course, if you're searching Walmart, that is. So there you have it, guys. There's my review of Wonder Woman. If you agree with me, hit the thumbs up. If you don't agree with my points on this video, hit the thumbs down. If you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Leave it down below in the comment section of this video. I will answer you when I got time. And this is the one and only Sonic Ranger signing out, saying thank you very much for watching this. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel for more video reviews like the one you're viewing today, or like the previous video review of the DC Comics Multiverse Superman from this series. And I will see you whenever you see me.